Hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining me for another video. Today I'm going to be talking about age and writing and if it really matters how old you are when you start writing, because it's something that I've been thinking a lot about and I think it kind of drifts around in the media a lot as well, and I think it's something that needs to be addressed as a writer and as a reader. So I recently celebrated my 20th birthday, which a lot of you guys saw on Instagram, and you said happy birthday and thank you so much. I think I responded to everyone, but I don't know, so I'm sorry, but thank you so much for celebrating with me. I'm so happy, and it was really fun and I had a great time. My husband and I went to Disneyland for a weekend, and Piper stayed here. She's angry at me now. And we had an amazing time, and we did all the Halloween fall things that are in Disneyland right now, and it was heaven because you know me and my spooktacular relationship with fall. Now, when you celebrate your birthday, there are quite a few reactions because you are celebrating getting a year older, but a lot of people around you are sitting there thinking, wow, you're so young. And in my Instagram post and my caption, I actually wrote, now that I'm 20, I feel like an old lady. And a lot of you guys responded to that and were like, you're not old at all, you're so young, you're a baby. Which is true, and I appreciated that and the encouragement that people were trying to give me, but I really only wrote that because I have knee and back pain all the time for completely different reasons, and I always joke that I'm an old lady because I'm always my joints. And while I appreciated you guys trying to be encouraging and being like, oh my goodness, don't worry about it, you're so young, I wasn't really worried in the first place, so I'm sorry. But it did bring up a few interesting other comments of people like, wow, I wish I'd started writing when I was your age, or I wish I'd started blogging when I was your age. And I felt like it's kind of interesting that there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I wish I'd started doing this when I was younger. Or, don't worry, you still have a lot of time to go. And I started thinking about is there really an age for success where you qualify to be successful? Do you need to be worried? Because I think there's a lot of this idea in the writing community that authors are, they spend years and years and years getting rejection after rejection after rejection. And, when you write so young, oh, you're so young, there are two responses, which is congratulations, wow, I'm so happy that you found your career path and you found your calling at such a young age. That's incredible. And secondly, there's oh, well, you're young and you have a lot to learn. I know several people that are teen authors and people that started writing in their teens that are writing and published before they've even graduated college. And then on the flip side to that, I know a lot of people who have been raising kids and raising a family and, focused on another career and haven't really gotten into writing and publishing or blogging even, or just whatever career path in general until they were much, much older than 19 and 20 and even younger than 15 and 16 for some people. And it got me thinking, is there an age where it is appropriate to pursue one thing? Is there such a thing as I'm too young or I'm too old? And the answer ultimately is no. There is no right age to write or perfect age to be published. And a lot of times I can get caught up in that. I see a lot of people that are younger than me or maybe my same age, and they're really successful at what they're doing. And that's great. I love celebrating their successes. But it's very easy to get trapped in the comparison game of, oh, well, how come they're being so successful and I'm not? Or how come they gained 10,000 followers overnight and I'm still down here? How come everyone else is so successful when I'm not? And I'm feeling that at 19 and 20. age, and I can't imagine how people older than that feel. Like, it's the same thing. But the thing is that it's not a race to be published. There is no perfect age or set age or time at which you need to be published in order to be considered successful or that you're doing the right thing. I'm at a point in my life where there's a lot of transition and, you know, the college years, and I know a lot of you guys are there too, where it's trying to figure out, is this the right path for me? Am I doing the right thing? Should I be looking for internships, or should I be doing this, or should I be doing that? And you tend to like go to other people and see what other people are doing and like, should I be doing this? And when I started college, I literally started college majoring in something completely different to what I study currently. And I always, in the back of my mind though, I would say, oh, well, I'm going to get this degree and work here for a few years. And then eventually when I settle down when I'm older, I'll write that book, because writing, you know, writing isn't a real career, even though it is. A lot of times there's, you know, the temptation to do the popular thing, or to do the easier thing, or to do something so that you can keep up with the rest of the crowd. If the rest of the crowd is going to college, you have to go to college. If the rest of the crowd is being published, you need to hurry up and get published. And there really isn't a need for this. Like, we can all celebrate each other's successes and go at our own pace. In fact, we all should go at our own pace, because some of us write faster than others write. Some of us write slower than others write. Some of us, you know, blog or read or create, and it takes us, we have a longer process than other people. But that's okay, because everyone's process is ultimately leading them to writing the best book, or creating the best creation, or reading the best blog that they can create. As I've turned 20, I've realized that I need to stop doing this comparison thing. You know, now that I'm 20 and I'm all-knowing and wise and powerful. And at the same time, for people that wish that they would have started younger, or wish they would have done something at another time, like, you can have those wishes, but ultimately it is my opinion that God led you to being published or creating or writing or whatever field you guys are in at the exact time that He planned for you to enter that field. And, you know, ultimately you are still fulfilling His plan for your life. It just might have not been the plan you saw, but it's the plan He already saw, and everything in His timing is good and perfect. So there's no reason for us to sit here and play this game of, gosh, when am I going to get published? Or how come they're so successful? And goodness, she's so young, or they're so young, you know? And I just wanted to make this little motivational message here of, you know, does your age matter in writing? And no, it doesn't. Does your age really matter in a lot of things? I mean, certainly if you're 13, you're probably not going to be able to apply for many jobs because labor laws, and yeah, that's a thing and that matters. But I don't really ultimately think that in any creative field you need to be a certain age to start pursuing your passion, or, you know, that you shouldn't be a certain age when you're pursuing your passion. I think that everyone is different and individual, and, you know, maybe this is more just me preaching to the choir here or talking to myself, but I just wanted to remind everyone that there is no comparison, there is no race to get published, there is no I need to do this by a certain deadline. Unless you are a contracted author, then you need to follow up on your deadline. There is no deadline for life, y'all. And ultimately, I just want to be able to remember that I'm writing at my pace, I'm pursuing my passion at my pace, and ultimately I have to believe that it will pay off, especially if I am putting in all of the effort for it. I'm doing as much work as I can, and I know that eventually I'm going to see the fruits of that work. Right now, some people might already be experiencing the fruits of their labor, and that's great for them. And I just feel like we need to remind ourselves to celebrate each other's successes and not worry so much about our own perceived failures. For instance, I haven't written in what feels like forever. I went on this weekend getaway and I thought, gosh, I'm going to spend so much time in the hotel room getting inspiration and relaxing and not worrying about anything else, and I'm going to be able to write. And I didn't. I didn't write at all. I was on vacation, but, you know, writing is fun, so I would have written on vacation anyways. And that's okay, you know, I didn't have the energy, I wasn't mentally in the writing headspace, and I do not care I always care a little bit because I love writing and I want to finish my book. When I did start my book, I thought, oh, I'm going to get this WIP done in 3 months. This is going to be so easy. And the reality is nothing in life comes to you easily. But the joy is in the journey, as people always say. But I'm still happy with every word I've written, and I know that it's all going to come together and become its best thing at its best point at the right time that it will be written. What? For everything there is a season, and for you, this might be the season of drafting, as it is for me. It could also be the season of editing, or the season of publishing, or the season of waiting. And all of those are wonderful seasons. I know I talk about how much I love fall a lot, and winter a lot, and how much I don't like summer. But there are good things that happen in the summer too, like vacation and beach trips, and air conditioning working is my favorite part of summer. What I'm trying to say is that whatever season you're in, you don't need to compare. You can just find the joy in wherever you're at and don't worry about where other people are at. Celebrate their successes. Be happy for your friends. That's what the community is all about, so we can all support each other no matter what phase of this journey we're in. Let me know how you guys are doing with whatever project you're currently pursuing, whether it's a WIP, work in progress, writing, blogging, creating some other art form, whatever you're doing, because I would love to hear about it and encourage you in the comments below and engage and join your community and merge the communities, because community is amazing. I'm Jenna Van Mourik, an inspired writer and an inspirational fiction reader who reads, writes, and lives for Jesus. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Jenna Van Mourik, as well as going to my blog at www.jennavanmourik.com, where I post new book reviews as often as I can read them, and occasionally little snippets of my life and writing here and there. So make sure you're subscribed to me over there as well. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want to see more content like this, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. Once again, I'm Jenna Van Mourik, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!